Hey, what's up everyone? I would love to tell you how I am a super important Porsche VIP and got invited to this event, but I'm not. Luckily though, I have an awesome friend who invited me to be his plus one. Nice, right? In exchange, I told him I'd drive us there to the event and take him out to dinner afterwards, so not a bad deal. Now, when we signed up, I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to get my hopes up. I thought maybe we'd drive some new Porsches around in the parking lot, maybe we'd do a little bit of autocrossing. But when I saw the flock of brand new 992 Carrera S's in pit lane, I was pretty excited knowing we'd be able to get out on the track. Sure, it would be lead follow, but it was still 100 times better than a dealership test drive. We were able to drive 3 cars on the track. We were able to drive either the Cayman or the Boxster, the new electric Taycan, and the 992S. My friend was kind enough to let me drive the Cayman and the 992 while he took his turn behind the wheel of the Taycan and later on the Cayenne in the off-road test. As you can see, they even had the 992s fitted with cameras and data acquisition to capture our laps. The video quality wasn't great due to being kind of around sunset, but it was better than nothing. We only got a couple of lead follow laps in each car, which was a little bit like wine tasting where we got a small sample of the good stuff, but not the whole bottle. Anyway, here are my 2 laps in the 992, which was an absolutely phenomenal car to drive. I actually have a 991S, which was the last of the naturally aspirated 911, so that's kind of my baseline for comparison here. And I've driven it around Laguna Seca before too. So first of all, the 992 is typical Porsche in terms of build quality. It is solid and well engineered. Everything just feels refined and high quality, from the clunk of the door to the beautiful interior. Porsche does not skimp on these cars. And it still looks like a 911 after all these years. As I've said in my other videos, the 911 may not win a design award, but it'll also never go out of style. Next, the turbocharged motor. This was the first turboed 3-liter 911 that I've driven, and to be honest, it really surprised me. The low-end torque is incredible, and it just rockets off from low in the rev range. For a company that's been doing turbo 911s since the 1970s, it is clear that they have perfected the formula. Turbo lag is nearly imperceptible, and it pulls strong all the way to redline, not puttering out at all in the upper RPMs. And it sounds great too. If I didn't know it was turbocharged, it honestly would be hard to tell just from driving it. The handling felt great, as you'd expect from a 911, and for a fairly big and heavy car, it sure doesn't feel that way. Of course, I wasn't driving it at the limit, but it seemed incredibly forgiving and responsive. Anyway, watch the rest of my lap and the next one, and afterwards, I'll tell you about the ride along that I took with a pro driver at the end of the day.
Nice rumble on those downshifts. That early. Normally they break up here.
Right. That was probably me. The guy behind me was probably having a shit fit. What the hell is this gonna do? Track driving is so much more intense than anything on the road.
Oh yeah. I know, it's funny because like, you know, people lie McLarens and Ferraris and never take them to the track. And it's really like you can drive it at maybe 10% of what it does. I mean, that's 105.
road. We're on the way over here. Should I go do some off-roading? Drive over to the pond?
What a car.
You know, and I have to say, it is really amazing what the regular 992S can actually do. I mean, this isn't a GT3, it's not a GT3 RS, it's not the super high-end, high-spec Porsche 911, but it is amazing. And for most people, it's all you'd ever need. Alright, so later in the day I got to ride with a professional driver who really turned it up to 11 when he saw my own helmet and I told him that I had a Lotus Elise. The first demo was launch control. I felt like my face was melting as I was pressed into my seat. Next, braking into turn 2, it was coming so hot, braking so late that I was stomping on the floor trying to brake from the passenger side. Now, this wasn't my lap, but mine felt pretty similar. I literally could not believe how quickly and how sideways we were going around every corner. And the whole time, the instructor's just chatting with me like it's a Sunday afternoon drive, while he is sawing the steering wheel back and forth to correct for the swaps. He mentioned that they have to run the cars exactly as they come off the dealer lot, so that means they have to run street tire pressures, and thus they get a fair bit of sliding once those tires get hot. Overall, it was just such an incredible experience, and I hadn't ridden with a coach or a pro in a long time, and it really recalibrated my brain and my body's definition of fast. Sometimes you really need that in order to understand what the car and the tires are actually capable of. Truly an awesome experience that I won't forget. Later in the day, we also got to drive their SUVs on a short off-road course, and although I'm not an off-road guy, I am pretty much into anything with wheels and an engine, so this was pretty fun too. The Cayenne with the air suspension seemed pretty capable, but it's sort of ironic that 95% of the people who own these are never going to take them anywhere more adventurous than the Target parking lot. Anyway, that's it. It was a super cool afternoon, and it was definitely better than being stuck at work for the day.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring the bell so you can get notified when we post a new video.